Here, I'll show you a little bit about how to navigate Teamie and how to maximize your e-learning experience. So this is the dashboard that you log into as soon as you enter your login details and you're through the system, and you'll be able to see all the units that you're currently enrolled in. Now, if I'm taking up, let's say, identify and analyze textiles and processes, and I only want to look at that, I can actually click this star and it'll be a starred module. So this way, you see there's a units tab. I can actually collapse this and I'll still see the one module that I'm interested in. You can do this for as many as you like or as little. So now let's go ahead and go into my module. Just go ahead and click the title. When you get to the title, to the course homepage, you'll be able to see any discussion boards that are happening, anything that the trainers have posted. You'll be able to see the materials, which is basically the chapters and the quizzes that you'll be looking through. Here is where the content of your learning is. You'll be learning through your discussion. Your trainer will have some open discussions with the entire class where you can ask questions. But in the materials section, that's where you kind of get the sort of text, the sort of content of the class. So once you go into a chapter, let's say I want to go ahead and read the fibers chapter. I would like to read it again. You can actually see how much time you've spent on this chapter if you're still in progress, and how many times you've actually looked at this chapter and checked it out. This is just good for you to keep track of your learning. If you want to go ahead and open the chapter, you can go ahead and read, and it'll go to a new pop-up menu where you'll enter a sort of interactive classroom.
Before we start the module on fibers, answer this simple question by clicking on the 4 options provided.
So as I mentioned, this is quite an interactive platform for online learning. And let me navigate what's happening on this screen. So on this screen, you have a menu, and this is basically like a table of contents for the chapter, which is displayed here. And throughout the module, you might encounter some terms you're not aware of. So you can actually just go to the glossary and see if you can find, like, I don't know what hygroscopic means, but I can read it now very quickly. In your table of contents, you can jump between different chapters like we did on ebooks, but this will give you the natural progression of the chapters and the sub-chapters. You can also view some of the resources that they mention. Sometimes there's content that they could elaborate on, but they want to focus on the main topic. So if you're so interested in hearing more about fiber trade names, you can click on this link and it'll open up on a new slide on a new tab that you can read. So back to the original page of the online classroom, you can actually go ahead and you're meant to click these buttons. It's supposed to be quite interactive like that. So I think this is cotton, so I can go ahead and click cotton.
Click next to proceed to the next question.
Yes.
Next question. Describe your experience when wearing a cotton t-shirt on a hot weather day.
You can actually just exit this window and Teamie will remember where you stopped. So you can just go ahead and X out. And let's say I refresh. So when I go back to Teamie and I go ahead and open the chapter, I can resume where I left off, and Teamie remembers where I stopped reading the chapter notes. So you'll notice that you have quizzes. These are ungraded. there to help you learn. So they're usually about 8 to 10 questions, just so you can recap the knowledge that you learned in the previous chapter. You can take this as many times as you like. So don't worry about doing too badly. The first time, maybe you just realize that you didn't absorb the content too well. You can actually just go ahead and say, I would like to take the quiz again. And this will give you another opportunity to refresh your knowledge and try and see if you've really absorbed what you've learned. So I'll just go. So you can also save and continue later. You don't need to finish it all at one go. And that should be it for Teamie functionalities.